Holiday weekend violence turns deadly. A teen is shot and killed in Harlem.
It felt like the start of June, highs in the 70s. What to expect by morning.
And New York Live with the artist who's mastering the art of giving back. This is News 4 Now for June 1st. I'm Adam Cooperstein, and a night of violence in the city has claimed a teenage boy's life in East Harlem. The 15-year-old was shot outside a building on Lexington Avenue and 123rd Street late last night. A 30-year-old man was also hit. Police say he was taken to the hospital and is now stable. But in total, police say 13 people were shot in 8 incidents across the city, all within a 6-hour span. Thankfully, all of the other victims are expected to survive. The man behind a disturbing sucker punch attack on an Asian woman in Chinatown is now under arrest. The violent punch was caught on surveillance video out of nowhere. A man just walking by hits that woman in the face. You see her fall to the ground, knocked out, motionless. Police say they quickly arrested 48-year-old Alexander Wright. He faces several charges, including assault as a hate crime. And a local assemblywoman says that woman is now doing okay. More violence underground after a series of subway attacks. Police have released video of a brutal assault on a 64-year-old man at the Lexington Avenue and East 59th Street station Sunday morning. As that man was about to enter the turnstile, police say 2 masked men demanded money, and then they slashed, punched, and kicked him before getting away with $150. Police say the 64-year-old was rushed to the hospital and is doing okay, but his attackers are still out there. For the first time this school year, teachers in Paterson, New Jersey are back in the classroom just weeks before the school year ends. But the students, they're still not back. Paterson superintendent says $20 million has been spent on measures to protect against COVID-19. That includes partitions at students' desks and ionic air purifiers in each room. But the teachers union has been in ongoing dispute with the district over whether those safety measures are even enough. Less than 10% of Paterson students are scheduled to come back for in-person learning starting next Tuesday, and time is running out. The last day of school is scheduled for June 24th. Nightlife in New York City is back. The midnight curfew for bars and restaurants, it's out of here. New York State got rid of it, one of the last COVID restrictions that's been left on businesses. So instead of turning people away if they came in for food or drink shortly before midnight, last call can go back to 2 or 4 a.m. or whatever you want. It's a chance to do more business for an industry so hard hit by the pandemic, and the city that never sleeps is definitely ready for its comeback.
The Dominican community, we come out to eat late. So we come out, 10, 11 o'clock is normal for us to come out.
They move the table and then, it becomes a lounge, so you're dancing, enjoying it, having drinks. So yeah, it's really exciting.
Excited to get back to that kind of life.
Yes, back to normal, or at least some normalcy.
The 1 a.m. curfew for catered events and weddings has also ended. The changes come as statewide COVID positivity rates drop well below 1%. Roosevelt Island's first ever hotel is ready to welcome guests. The new 224-room hotel, operated by Graduate Hotels, is on the Cornell Tech campus. It has a rooftop bar and restaurant with sweeping city skyline views. It's part of a chain of hotels celebrating the college experience. Other Graduate Hotels are in Ann Arbor, Michigan, and Chapel Hill, North Carolina. After ugly weather from Memorial Day weekend, Maria, we can't complain about the start of June, at least not yet.
Not a bad start to June, not a bad start to meteorological summer, of course, June 1st, and not a bad evening ahead. While we don't have super clear skies, we'll have clouds from time to time. It will stay mild and temperatures staying near 70 degrees right through 8 o'clock this evening. Dry and mostly cloudy, temperatures dipping into the 60s through midnight. Temperatures don't dip much farther than that. In fact, you look hour by hour, the clouds kind of keeping us mild. We do have a southerly wind that'll help contribute to that, but a lot of cloudiness, but no rainfall just yet. It will be one of those days ahead where we don't see a ton of sunshine, but that won't keep temperatures down too much. We'll be back into the 70s. But starting tomorrow morning on the mild side, 60 degrees for the city. We have 50s to the north and west as opposed to this morning's 40s.
New York Live has a look at a local artist's special way of giving other artists a hand during the pandemic.
What started as an act of kindness has grown into something that nobody could have predicted. Today, I'm going to introduce you to an artist who has mastered the art of giving back. Guy Stanley Filoche. First of all, thank you for the beautiful backdrop. Can you just explain your type of art?
I do more modern contemporary art. A lot of people think that I'm some overnight success. This is over 20 years in making. You know, I do look back at those times where I was like, God, grinding so hard. So do you remember when Village Voice was the magazine?
Yes.
And it was on every major corner all over the city. So I remember taking $1,000, going to Kinko's and using the best paper they had and printing out 2,000 of these, these flyers basically. And Village Voice used to come out every Wednesday night at midnight. So I would go to every well-known location on Park Avenue, in Soho, and Tribeca, and Chelsea. I would take it out and literally stuff each one.
Fast forward to today. I just want you to humble brag a little bit. Tell me about the magazines you've been in. Tell me about some of the people who've bought your work. Tell me where we could see your work.
I did a cover of Resident Magazine. I was in Vogue. I was in Vanity Fair. I have celebrity clients.
You don't have to know that much about the art world to know how competitive the art world is.
Oh my God, yes.
And there's a term, starving artist, for a reason, right?
Right.
But this past year, you did something very different.
I made a promise to myself that every time I sell a painting, I'm going to buy a painting for an unknown artist. That's been my philosophy for the past 20 years. Fast forward, I just had my sold out show at Cavalier Gallery. So I decided to go on Instagram saying, hi, my name is Guy Stanley Filoche. I'm an artist in New York City. I'm looking to buy as much artwork as possible. $80,000 later, over 200 pieces of artwork, over 150 different artists around the world, and the Filoche collection keeps growing.
If there is one thing that everyone could learn from you, what is it?
Never stop dreaming. Never stop dreaming.
In New Jersey, an investigation is now underway over an assignment written by a student and hung in an elementary school hallway. The report that appears to glorify Adolf Hitler sparked outrage among parents. And News 4's Checky Beckford is in Tenafly with a look at the kid's controversial report.
It was a 5th grade assignment, but many say the teacher failed by allowing a student to praise Nazi leader Adolf Hitler.
I can't even express how disappointing it is.
The Israeli-American Council on Facebook posted about the assignment at Tenafly's Mom Elementary School, where a student project on Hitler's accomplishments was put on display. Referring to Hitler, it read in part, "I was pretty great, wasn't I?" Noting his unification of Germans and Austrians, it also went on to read, "I was very popular," with only one reference that anti-Semitic beliefs, quote, drove Hitler to kill more than 6 million Jews.
I feel like it's just terrible that that's what people think. 6 million people they died because of it, so I don't know. Yeah. Saying he did big things.
The school superintendent putting out a statement saying, "I have the difficult task of addressing a serious matter involving a school project completed recently on Adolf Hitler." Shauna DeMarco says they are investigating. Reaction has been strong, especially in light of recent anti-Semitic attacks, some calling for the teacher's dismissal. The Kaplan JCC on the Palisades CEO writing, "The teacher failed to recognize the profound impact this can have on students, family members, and others in our community who could perceive this project as condoning or even glorifying the atrocities of one of the most evil individuals in world history."
Read the history books. It's all there. The movies are there. The tons of people who are starving and killed.
Now, the superintendent declined to answer what actions have been taken so far or if the teacher has faced any reprimand. In Tenafly, Checky Beckford, News 4, New York.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you right back here tomorrow.